everybody, and welcome back to BeaFree-Now. Thank you to everybody who watched my video from last week, and I hope that the videos I produce in the next coming weeks and months will live up to your expectations. First of all, I just wanted to qualify something that I said last week, and that was in regards to self-imposed prisons. Now, I know what it's like to suffer from a mental illness and feel like you have no control over the prisons that your mind puts you in. But I'm here to tell you that while it is more of a struggle, it's not impossible to get out of those prisons. I've done it myself. Having said that, I'm still imprisoned. There's still a lot of things that I can do to get myself out of my own self-imposed prisons. But I'm trying, and I'm on the right track. I'm undertaking counselling, I'm on medication, I meditate, and I listen to myself. If I need a break, if I need to stop for a moment or two, then I do that. And sometimes that means that my work then gets backed up, you know, if I decide to take a day off. But that's what I need to do sometimes to keep my sanity. So whatever you need to do to get yourself out of your self-imposed prisons, that's what you need to do. But we all have our own ways of getting ourselves out. So this leads me into what I wanted to talk about this week, and that is mental health, and that is the difference between being depressed or saying I feel depressed and actual clinical depression. You know, or it goes the same with other mental illnesses such as bipolar. So I might flippantly say I'm bipolar, but they may not actually be bipolar. I'm only going to speak about depression because that's what I suffer from. I have clinical depression. I take Lexapro to help me move on beyond that. I've tried Effexor, I've tried other things in the past, but for the most part, I've actually tried to stay away from drugs. And I've come to discover that I can't really. You know, just like my asthma sometimes needs Ventolin to help me breathe, I need medication sometimes to help me think straight. And that's what it's all about. It's not a cure, it's just a way to help me manage my clinical depression. And this is a clinical depression that is inherited. I have family members that suffer from it as well, and I see them struggle with it every day, and I see them almost enslaved to the illness, and that's something that I didn't want for myself. So for me, it was about not being a slave to this illness. For me, it was about rising above that, pulling myself out of the murkiness, and trying to function as best I can. And since being on Lexapro, I've developed better relationships with myself, with my partner, with my family, my friends. I don't feel, I'm not as snappy as my boyfriend put it, I'm not as snappy as I used to be. Just little things like that can contribute to the breakdown in all relationships. The most important one being the relationship with myself. I'm still working on that. I look in the mirror every day and I don't like what I see. And I'm pushing myself to begin to not only like what I see, but love what I see. And that's what it's all about. You have to break the negative connections and make new positive ones, and that's what I've been doing. I've spent a lifetime telling myself that I'm ugly, that you know, I was teased at school, so and I was teased at home, and I was often told that I was ugly and I was not lovable, and that is something that I eventually began to believe. And certain circumstances in my life have also reinforced that factor, but that's not always, you know, that doesn't mean that that's the truth, and it's not something that I always have to, an ethos I have to live by. And again, surrounding myself by people who love me and who accept me for who I am is helping me to break out of that self-imposed prison. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you again for listening, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you.